The harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. Thomas Jefferson. I've used that quote before and I love it because 10 to 15 minutes a day is all we ask here. If you will devote that, you will see results in successful practice trading. 10 to 15 minutes a day, but you got to do it every day, my friends. If you're just tuning in once a week and you can't devote the kind of time and energy you need, if you love the sound of my voice, just keep listening. But if you want to get good at this, you've got to spend 10 to 15 minutes a day. Use those trade worksheets, daily market worksheets, weekly market worksheet. At least fill out the weekly. And every time you do a practice trade, use the trade worksheet. Those are for free. They're in your show notes. If you're not getting show notes, then you need to go to chartingwealth.com and sign up. Every day we'll send you the daily review that we do. Once a week, you'll get the weekly review, what we call the comprehensive review and forecast. And again, don't really call it forecasting as far as price movement, but what it is we are seeing. We're analyzing what's going on over the prior week and where things might be going based upon historic price movement. Remember, we are trend followers. We are looking primarily for weekly vertical crossovers to occur, and we're following that price movement. Sent out several books today. 13th printing is available of Charting Your Way to Wealth. If you want to buy it, go to the website. Well, just look in your show notes. You'll see a link there. Same at the YouTube channel. And we so appreciate all of you being with us. Let's jump into these charts. Things are moving as they're supposed to. Stocks are up. Bonds and gold are down. That's the way a healthy market's supposed to move. We see the S&P 500 up decently, the NASDAQ 100 way up. Let's talk about how things are starting off on a Monday. We always start with the weekly chart, and the first day of the latest weekly candle is a nice size up candle, reaching higher highs up 0.68%. Price percent oscillator heading up. Derivative oscillator still losing momentum since it peaked all the way back on Friday the 20th of December. Now price is higher, and we see that price percent oscillator, the all-important indicator, our number one indicator, continues to move up. That's looking quite nice. We go to the 2-day chart. What do we see there? Well, remember the latest 2-day candle, the full one ended on Friday. The one we see today still has one more day to draw. It is a Monday-Tuesday candle. So at the close of the market on Tuesday, look at what you see happening. It could be a down day on Tuesday, but you may have a bounce off the red signal line. What could you use that for? You could use it for a recross on the 2-day chart. Price is well above the 2-day and the weekly trend lines, and we do see the price percent oscillator trying to pull away from the red signal line, and the derivative oscillator gaining some momentum heading up. So keep your eye on that. Look at the 4-hour chart. Up in the morning, further up in the afternoon, that's looking quite nice, reaching a higher high. So keep your eye on things. You might find an opportunity to jump into an up move with that recross on the 2-day chart. Remember, all the charts all the time. Pay attention to everything that is going on. Up for the day 0.68%, starting the week off nicely. Doesn't mean it's going to keep going that way. That's the way it was on Monday. What about the NASDAQ 100? It's popping up even higher, 1.15% for the day. Nice, strong price percent oscillator moving up, derivative oscillator gaining upward momentum. Big candle already starting to draw, price above the 2-day and the weekly. Go to that 2-day chart. What do we see there? Well, we see, again, price percent oscillator pulling away from the red signal line, derivative oscillator gaining momentum, and an up candle, nice up candle forming. So we continue to see decent movement there. 4-hour chart. Of course, it crossed over going up back in the morning on Wednesday the 8th, and but for 2 periods of some slowdown, has been moving up ever since. Up in the morning, further up in the afternoon, looking quite nice. How high will this market go? I can't tell you, but it is moving. We'll continue to watch, see what there is to see. What about bonds? Now, bonds had been up 2 prior weeks. What do we see happening with bonds right now? A little solid red spinning top, almost a doji forming. Derivative oscillator is still losing downward momentum. That price percent oscillator is heading down, pulling away from that 200 period moving average line. So again, down for the day, 0.30%. Go to the 2-day chart. What do we see there? Well, first day of this latest one, even though it was down, is showing you a green candle. Price percent oscillator lost some of its momentum, but still heading up. Derivative oscillator gaining upward momentum. So we'll continue to watch, see what there is to see here. And again, remember we had that crossover back on Friday. We go to the 4-hour chart, and we can see some down movement in the morning, a little bit of sideways sliding, trying to tend up in the afternoon. Derivative oscillator gaining upward momentum. Price percent oscillator heading up some in the afternoon, cutting some of those morning losses. So we'll continue to watch, see what there is to see as we again have the markets in bonds try to settle out into something. So we'll keep watching, seeing what there is to see. Remember, we have a confirmed down move on the weekly chart, up move on the 2-day, so it doesn't give us a trade in bonds at this time. We'll keep watching and waiting for opportunities to present themselves. Now, what about gold? We had a weekly vertical crossover going up on Friday. What's gold doing to us? Well, so far it's forming a weak candle, not a red down candle, but it was down for the day 0.74% at the end of the day. Price is sitting right there on the 2-day trend line above the weekly. Weekly's lost a lot of its momentum. As far as the price percent oscillator goes, derivative oscillator still gaining momentum. So again, it's just the first day of a weekly candle. We'll see how gold sorts itself out. We look at the 2-day chart. Lots of weakness there. Back on the 2-day candle that ended Wednesday, it had been preceded by all sorts of strong up candles. Then things started weakening Thursday and Friday. Enough momentum to give us that weekly vertical crossover, but Monday started out with a red spinning top. Indecision tending down right above the 2-day trend line. We'll wait and see how this 2-day candle finishes drawing, but lots of weakness there. That's not good. We go to the 4-hour chart. What do we see there? Down in the morning, further down in the afternoon, sitting right there on the 2-day trend line. If we cross that trend line tomorrow, that's something for you to pay close attention to. And if you see continual weakness on that 2-day chart, pay attention to that. And the weekly is also weakening. So we'll see how gold sorts itself out. But down for the day, 0.74%. What we typically see, of course, with the weekend effect or the Friday effect is usually that up movement we saw on Friday pushes on through into Monday. Did not do it this time. So again, that is what makes the market exciting, because it doesn't always do what you think it's going to do. That's where your skill comes in. That's where your daily practice and what you learn day in and day out helps you sort through the trades that work and the practice trades that don't work. Folks, that's where we are as we end the day on Monday, go into Tuesday. Such a pleasure to have you with us always. Hadn't purchased our book, please do so. We love to hear from you. cw@chartingwealth.com. Patreon members, don't forget the live question and answer session where you get to ask the questions you have about trading, personalize things a little bit there, and we love to have you with us. It's going to be this Wednesday, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. Love to have you join us. Look in your email box for the instructions for the call-in. And again, if you're not a Patreon supporter and want to be one, follow the link in the show notes. We appreciate all the support and help here at the channel. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.